Yeah, madness. That drop today was nice. Gave easy shorts as well. Like, there's no excuse for anyone to have missed that if you were at the charts. Yeah, I have left a little bit of that short running, but I don't know, man. My target was the weekly pivot, and we're virtually there. So we have some bullish SMT. I believe we do. Yeah. ETH took previous day low. Bitcoin hasn't, but I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Like I say, I'm looking for longs. Obviously, we have the Ring of Power set up. Listen, man, I wouldn't be fucking going all in on that. Like, it's never not played out, but I don't know, man. This range is so small. Obviously, normal procedure for me anyway. We've taken previous week high. I've got a short from above previous week high. So my goal now will be to look for longs once we reach previous week discount. Ideally, I wanted the pivot tagged. If we can tag that, then I'd start looking for longs, but I won't just blindly long. Right, I mean, validation isn't too far away, so any sign of strength from within this zone, to me, like that, I will risk taking longs, and I'll just hold my short as well. I'll look for scalp longs and see what the scalps can turn into, but I'd need to see a break of structure and some strength. Right. And yeah, because like I say, Ethereum's took that, but we'll see. I'm not in a rush to long yet. Overall, let me just turn them off a minute. Okay. Yeah, this is the zone I was looking at, see whether this could hold. This is the target for my short was that. Took the high. We had the lower term time frame boss retest, nice short opportunity. There was, of course, you can see the reason for the entry. Clear failure swing, couldn't make a new high. We had displacement and break structure to the downside. I entered on that candle. As soon as this one closed, as soon as that closed, I set a limit on that level. Obviously tagged, shit myself a little bit there, but it was just rebalancing, and it just ran out all of this, so we were all right. And then I went to bed. It was quite obvious that once we'd had that break, we were going to start moving to the downside and punishing some longs, because yeah, that expansion to the upside, I just expected to give it back. Who have we got in here now? Yeah, so my short has played out. There is a, let me find it for you. I'm not used to being on a small screen, but I've got to be on small screen for yous. Otherwise it'll look shit with my ultra wide. Yeah, like, we do still have that, which is why when we did have the Ring of Power set up, like, I am, like, if I do get in a long down here, like, that would be my target. We'll see. There is another one just above it, but literally just above it. And I would like to reach up for them, but like I say, the invalidation is previous week low. If we start breaking that, then yeah, it's not going to look great. That's why anyone who's short up from up here, I wouldn't be too keen, too quick to close it out. Doesn't really make sense, like, especially after a drop like that. May as well just hold on to some. Locally, like I say, if you can get a breaker structure, get some impulsive move to the upside, then I may look to start scoping longs on retests, but until that happens, I don't really, I'm not in a rush to be longing, especially, we're so close to previous day low. I'd like to see whether we actually run for previous day. Do we take that low? Or do we bounce, considering like Ethereum has already taken it? This is the one to watch. If we can start getting an impulsive move to the upside and break some structure, I'd like to see that broken, and not just swept. I'd like to see it full on broken, close above it, leave some imbalances on the way up to retest. Then I'd look to get into some longs maybe. Bitcoin, let's just get rid of that. I'm not sure, don't need that now. Bitcoin, I'd like to see that broken. And yeah, they're all equal highs, aren't they? And not just swept. Show me some strength, give me some displacement, break that level, and then I will look for long positions. I don't see any point in rushing. The direction today, the trend is down. There's no point rushing things. What day is it? It's only Tuesday, so could easily come putting our low of the week, and then start rallying throughout the rest of the week. But until then, like I said, I'm just going to hold my short until Bitcoin shows me some strength. Give me a reason to long it. Right, okay, I can want a long, but there's no point longing until I've got a reason to. And it's just gave me, like, so far today, there has been zero reason really to be longing that. No reason at all. I would like lower. I'd like Bitcoin to take these lows as well. I'd probably like a bit lower, quite a bit lower, before I'd really get into any decent longs. Like previous week equilibrium, we've got some lows. That would wreck some of the people that were longing, thinking that that's it, bull run back on. Start breaking some of these. Obviously we've got to take previous day low first. Did we take that one? No, didn't even take that really. We're into this order block. I want that broken. I don't like it. There's nothing there I like. But obviously, you know on how I would normally trade it. Previous week high broken on the Monday. Ideal entry Obviously based on the fact that Judas is very improbable, and the fact we had one 2 weeks ago as well. You wouldn't normally expect another Judas. So for me, I will look for longs. That's what I mean. We've got, how big an invalidation? It's like 23k. It's like a $700 invalidation. So if you start seeing strength down here at a valid level, then for me it's worth longs. There's not many imbalances, is there, to return to? No. Obviously on the daily we've got that massive imbalance below, but tagging that would give us another weekly Judas, which surely we're not going to get 2 in 3 weeks. They're so rare. We'll start calling, yeah, not good. Go away. I want. What have we got? Yeah. Once we get down to a discount, then I will start looking for longs purely based on the probabilities. If we get any form of sweep and breaker structure on like 15-minute down here, I will sculpt longs and target obviously our old high, or at least a run back up here, but back up to previous week high region where we got the last low. That's sort of what I want to do this week. Weekly pivot would be a nice long, but did Ethereum? Again, that hasn't even tugged it, has it? Let me contemplate. Did everyone nail that short though? Everybody in here get short? I'd like to think you all did. It was relatively straightforward. Perry, what the fuck, man? You missed it because you were busy looking at Sweden real estate. The thing is, it wouldn't be so bad, would it, if you would have actually got some good news, but it just traumatised you even more. So you missed the short and got traumatised. Yeah, see, nailed it. I think it's quite. Everybody knows what we look for. We need an impulsive move. Give us something. I like the fact that we obviously do have SMT, but I'm not sure, man. Until we see an impulsive move and we start breaking structure, then obviously it would give it a little bit more confirmation. But that weekly pivot will always be a worry for me, the fact that it hasn't been tagged yet. I will look at a little bit of Forex and talk about this morning, the DXY and EU. But yeah, I think it's quite clear. Like, if we get long setups, then yeah, they'll be easy enough to find, preferably from a discount range. Always watch the weekly pivot. I have a harmonic for it now, but we moved away and left it FG. We should get a retest of that high. Let me have a look at what you're saying. Eh. I hate harmonics. How dare you show me? That'd be a nice drop there if that harmonic played out. Well, yeah, I don't trade off of harmonics anyway, but if it I hope it plays out for you, mate. If you get a retest, you're looking short then. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. Obviously, now that we're down here, when the time comes, like if Bitcoin can break impulsively and bust this level, then yeah, like I think it's worth potentially looking for some long scalps. We'd have some SMT to back us up. I don't really, I'm not a big fan of it on crypto, but we would have that, which I suppose would go in our favour. But breaking that with an impulsive move, and I'd definitely start looking for longs. I'm in a fortunate position, so because I'm short from here, I can risk a couple of scalps and see what happens. But yeah, if we can start breaking that with previous day low intact, then that'd be interesting. As for the rest of the week, personally, I want higher. I'd like it if that wasn't our high. But it does make sense, like the area we rejected from, we took out these highs, we came into the imbalance, we had a clear SMR with retest before it hard dropped to come back for the weekly pivot, so. But there's no reason we can't get a similar move to this down here, and if we get that, then obviously I'll look to long it back up. Yeah, like I said on the last stream about that bullish structure, like as long as that's intact, there's no reason to be. I'll get it up whilst I'm talking about it. It makes sense. Yeah, like I say, we are in the structure on the daily is bullish. We'll get rid of that as well. But yeah, we are setting higher lows, higher highs, and obviously this could be the potential of our first. Yeah, I'm not. It is a daily swing low though, so in theory. Yeah, I don't know. Trend is up. So until we do break this level, like for me personally, the way I'm looking at it, as long as previous week low holds, I'm bullish and looking for higher prices. If we start breaking previous week low, then I'll jump on stream and we can talk again and it maybe start to change things, but it would depend on how we took it. Like if we straight died through it and start filling this imbalance, then obviously that's really, really bad for more upside. Obviously this is the key low to be holding. But again, I wouldn't really like to see previous week low broken. As long as that holds, I'd like higher prices. I'd like to see previous month high taken out and come back into this imbalance. Like I say, that level there is around about where the 3 month and 6 month pivots are. But not, Like previous week low is a worry. The good thing is it's quite a small previous week range, so our invalidation on any setup is minimal anyway. It's not like it's a 5k stop loss. But yeah, that's the level for me. Hold that and I'll look for higher. Any long setup and I'll look to sculpt longs. Start breaking that and it's game over really. For my idea for this week, like, because if we do start coming lower and take this low, and we don't just sweep the low, we take the low and start and close below it, then yeah, I'd like to see some of this imbalance filled, but because the picture is pretty small, I think it's possible to have a Judas, although I would personally be targeting. There's like a 5% chance of Judas on the weekly. Yeah, I agree, mate. Like the Judas on the weekly, that's why, like, I say the same every week. Like, if we take previous week high, sweep it, retrace, and come back down towards equilibrium in the previous week range, like I always say, I personally think it's worth looking for longs. I don't just mean, yeah, I'm going to long at previous week equilibrium and put my stop loss at previous week low. No, of course not. Like, that'd just be stupid. But like, as far as... yeah, I'd like to see that hold. That'd be nice. But yeah, for me, once we do come back to equilibrium, just look for long setups. That's what I look for. Target long setups. But I agree with you about the previous week range. With it being so small, yeah, it is a worry. But at the same point, like, we had a Judas 2 weeks ago. I'd like to know. I'm pretty sure we haven't had two so close to each other. Therefore, I would like to see it hold, because I know that they're not the most common. So that would be my goal. Hold previous week low. As long as we hold that, look for longs. Like right now, I will look for longs. If we start impulsing, break into the upside, give me a 10 and 15 minute break of structure with displacement, and yeah, I'm happy to long. Don't give it me and I'll just sit in my short. Obviously, it would be nice. I'd want to see that broken with displacement, like impulse through the level, and then maybe on retest. Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. It's not a common occurrence. That's why it's so profitable the way I normally trade it. Obviously, you're going to get outliers and you're going to lose, but if you normally get a sweep of previous week high and a retracement, yeah, it gives some good long opportunities once you start getting back down to discount. Same with shorts. I take previous week low, rally, get back up to a previous week premium. Normally gives some nice short opportunities, either from the premium zone or if we've got a naked weekly pivot, a bit like this week. Yeah, you've got the naked weekly pivot, so come back, retest the pivot, clear that, and then bounce. I'm just monitoring this, seeing if we can actually break up whilst I'm on stream. It'll probably wait for when I go off, because it knows. It's like, yeah man, Golem's on stream, we ain't fucking moving. With Bitcoin, I'm not the biggest fan of the M5 for determining like boss. I think it's too inconsistent. Yeah. Okay. See, that's not bad. That's the first sign of something good could be coming. would still be a lot nicer if we managed to break this. This is the high I want, because like right now that's literally just swept. And again, this is why it's important, wait for a clear breaker structure. That is no breaker structure, no reason to long. You've done the M5, okay, it could just be coming back, rebalance, bounce, but it could also just come and take out the lows. So that's a good example of why it's important when you're looking for changing for chalk or break or boss. Like, don't get enticed just because we trade above the level. Like that really doesn't mean too much. Like the candle close is what's more important. Because at that point, if you're trading chalk breakout because you think, yeah, we're going up. Did we bounce the previous week point of control? Nice. I can't even remember the last time I used a point of control. Yeah, I think as things stand, we've just it's literally just a sweep and we're likely to go lower. Obviously. What did Ethereum do at the same time? Okay, not a lot. Yeah, not a great deal. Okay. Retest, sweep. Yeah, as of right now, like, yeah, that's not the most bullish thing. Wow, why do my lines keep disappearing? What keeps going on? That's some weird shit. Yeah, like, no reason to be longing yet, personally. Oh, bollocks. So that's the level. 23409. Break this lower and we'd have something a bit different, maybe. Okay, so we filled the fair value gap. Never took out the lows. Now we will see. 47 seconds left of the candle. 5. Let's see what happens. Well, I'm not the biggest fan of M5 with crypto. I'd much rather like 15 minute. Would much rather, yeah, 15 minutes way better. Yeah, that higher term time frame this week, as long as we're above previous week lower, I'm bullish for higher prices, but once that's gone, I think, yeah, it could, like I said, it depends how we take it. That imbalance below it, like, it could save price, but if we're going to go that low and take previous week low, I'd actually like to go down and fill that imbalance. Right, let's see what we can do. Can we get some impulsive price action? I'm going to stay on here till we do this time, because I'm sick of turning it off and just, yeah. Every time I turn it off, we tend to break structure and move in the direction. Yep. Oh yeah, 9:30. Thank you, mate. Yeah, equities just open. There we go. See, if we would have took the, it would have been nice, like when it opened, like within this consolidation, because this is like kill zone range. If within this consolidation and during the kill zone, we would have took out these lows and then got a rally and breaker structure, that would have been really nice. It would have gave it, I think it would have gave it a simple long sculpt. Put them back on. Obviously, start breaking up. What time? Kill zone closes at 10. Right, so we've got 25 minutes. So if we can run out these lows in the next 25 minutes and start impulsing, then I'd look for longs. We need to see. Let me get the path. Either lows, boss, retest, and up. But we'll see what happens. We've got 25 minutes left of the kill zone. Might get some action. Then again, we might not. But I think it's a sacrifice. Yeah. I'm so tired. Waking up for London every morning is killing me. Honestly, I'm fine during London, full of beans, wide awake, running around, coffee's working. Starts getting to New York, and honestly, I just feel my poor wife. Right, I sat there with her yesterday. I was like, I'm taking London. I was taking New York off. I'm gonna sit with you for a bit. I didn't say a word. Like literally, just couldn't speak. Didn't know what to talk about. I was just sat there like, wow, so tired. I think trading London's going to end up getting me divorced. Come on. That's what I'd like anyway. Give a nice long skull. Obviously I'm not going to look to short down here because I'm already in shorts. How close did we come to the pivot actually? 0.29%. It's a weekly. I don't know. I'd prefer to see it full on tagged and cleared. Quite annoying that they've obviously there's the traditional one as well, which is also there just below. I don't like the fact we didn't tag them, but what can I do? We've come all the way back to them. We could still go for them. I'd just rather it was within the kill zone. It would make more sense. Would give me a better entry if it happened within the kill zone. If not, then yeah, I'd probably leave it myself. I'd like if we can. Am I looking for long or am I just observing? I will take a long if I get if I get a setup for a long. Mainly because I'm already short, so for me it's no big deal. I don't mind. We are at the region where I would normally start looking for longs. After taking previous week high, we're back at the weekly pivot. But I'd need to see something to convince me to take a long. Like this isn't convincing. This doesn't convince me to open long positions. Yeah, though we haven't broken any structure on the 5 minutes. We've been in a downtrend all day. Quite a hard move down as well. So on a day like this, mate, I think it's best to, if you're looking for longs, 2, 3, 4, 30. Yes, you are right, Mr. Cookie. Yeah, I would have preferred slightly lower for a long. Like I said, the ideal move would be to run out these lows into the pivots, clear previous day low, clear the pivots, and then get a clear bounce and break a structure on like an M15. Give me that, and then yeah, I'll start building longs. Without that, I'm always worried that we come back for these. But obviously, I would look for scalps. If we displace now, got a clear pump, break a structure, close above, leave imbalances, and then yeah, of course, I would probably look to scalp longs. My short was that much profit that I can afford to take a couple of cracks at longs. Well, I'd probably take one before the pivots, and then the next one would come down a bit lower, but yeah, I think lower would be nice, so I want these cleaned. If it's not given, then let's have a look. Because like I say, we have got okay, that was wickless, that H6. That's been clean now. I don't know, like, I think the way this aligns, I would like to see this hold. If this holds, then I know we've got yeah, if that was to hold, then that would give me some more confidence. But all we're doing is just, yeah. I think, yeah, so I'm short, but my bias is bullish as long as we're above previous week low, purely based on the probability that we purge both levels. But like Perry pointed out in the chat, the previous week range is quite narrow, which, yeah, it makes me feel that a Judas, it's like a 5.4% previous week range. For me, like, it's not even that, is it? But yeah, I think it's quite clear. As long as we're above previous week low, then there's no reason to be bearish, and structure remains intact on the daily. Start losing previous week low, and we will start losing structure, and yeah, higher term time frame structure that is. And I think I won't be so keen on longing. Yeah, that's my plans. I'm going to hold this short. Weekly SDS. Yeah, 5% chance. Yeah. Taking 22750. Okay, yeah. From 22750 and form a shot there, maybe stop early longs and get people bearish. We will see that. Yeah, like I say, as long as previous week low holds, I see no reason to be bearish. That's obviously what level's that at. No, 400. 22380. So in theory, as long as we're above that, like, I ain't too worried. I'm not worried at all anyway. Like I say, I'm positioned short from the very top, so I personally think I will now look for longs. When I say I'll look for longs, though, obviously, you know what I'm looking for. We all look for the same thing. I want a clear breaker structure with an impulsive move. Yeah, I know that's that daily swing low, isn't it? 20700. Yeah. I don't want to go that low, man. When you sit there and you think about the probabilities, like we had a Duke with us a 5%, we've had 27 Judas in the last 519 weeks. What are the probabilities we get 2 in 3 weeks? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? I like the odds that we won't take previous week low, hence why I'm looking for longs. Trading's about probabilities, so it's not always 50-50. Yeah, I know, 519 candles. But at the same time, when you compare that to, say, the daily or any other time frame, as you've seen yourself, the average is about 10%. Probabilities still work in our favour, though, surely. I'm just referring. Listen, this is how I trade every single week, every week, without fail. This is all I do. When it comes to Bitcoin, anyway. I like them odds. And 9 weeks out of 10, I get in decent positions and I print off it. So, yeah, I'm not going to change anything. And like I say, if I'm wrong, what's the worst that's going to happen for me? I'm going to be short from the very top of the move. So yeah, it's not. And unless we get a clear breaker structure, some clear impulse, like give me a reason to long and I'll long. Like, I see no reason to long at the minute. Like yeah, this gives me no reason to look for long. So yeah, it's quite chilled. This morning, let's find it. Just move a few things. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. We had another good morning in the Forex channel. Nice longs given. We obviously had Asia consolidation. Ran out at Asia high, retraced. Whilst this was retracing, GU was taking Asia lows out. That gave us some bullish SMT. We obviously had the impulse. I took longs. I had a bullish bias, so we had a nice impulse to the upside. Also I'd like more upside this afternoon as well, but kill zone closes in 10 minutes, so may not get too much. I don't really like trading New York so much. I find London easier to trade. It gives the easy setups. Retail bulls are trying their hardest. Jesus. Wow. Just keep along it. But yeah, like I just think Forex is easiest to trade. Like there you go. There you see the SMT. This was obviously Asia sell side liquidity. This is our Asia range. London opens. 2 a.m. Kill zone opens. Target the high. Retraced. Gave a short setup, which I took. Targeted the low. Took the low. Whilst at the same time, obviously, EU was setting the higher low. Gave nice long setups on both. This one was actually, this one gave a much nicer long. One. As you see, for me, this is how I got in. Key level. We're below Asia low. Impulse, displacement. We break the high, tag the high, and off we go. Obviously the SMT confluence and the fact that my target was previous day high on EU. I wanted to run above because EU hadn't fully, if you see here, it hadn't, there was still some of the imbalance left and we had the order block. I wanted all that cleared out, which we obviously got. Wonder actually. Yeah, see, trying to wake up at 3 a.m, mate, to trade London is a bit fucking. I don't envy you. But yeah, that's why I prefer Forex. I just think it's easier. When you see setups like that, it's like, how can you not take a long? See what shitcoin's doing. I don't know why all my TA keeps deleting. We'll see. Like, none of this convinces me. None of it at all. Until we break that level at the minute anyway. Until we break that, like, all this is just shy. This is just chop. There's no point trading any of this for me personally. I've got equal lows. Again, this is only M1 though, so I wouldn't really trade M1. Look, that's why it's important to wait for closes when we start breaking levels, because it means nothing without a close. It's just a sweep until we close. You still enjoying the M5, Mr. Cookie? It's such a fucking. I thought you'd give up. I don't like M5 at all, man. I don't mind monitoring M5, but the levels, yeah, I'd rather use it. M10's not so bad. I quite like. It doesn't exist for you. No. That bad. Yeah, I think I'd like these lows, like I said earlier, I would like these lows cleaned. We've got 5 minutes left of the KZ. If we run these and then get a boss, you would have my attention a little bit. 3 minutes. I like the 3 min. For when I'm tracking structure, I don't use it for trading. Yeah, I agree with that, Perry. I like it it is clean for structure. But as for like, yeah, there we go. Just within the kill zone, we get the oh, well that's my pivot. Pivot tagged. Fuck yes. There you go. It was worth the wait. Okay. Now let's see what happens. We've taken out them equal lows now. Yep, PD low taken. But I like the fact we've cleaned these. Right, we had them equal lows below the pivot, they're taken. I do like, yeah, I like the level that we've hit. Back into previous week equilibrium. Obviously we could still drop, we could just keep tanking, but this is why it's key. Let the chart tell you when to look for trades. Like for me, I'm happy to just sit in my my short right now. What MPOC is it, Perry? Weekly? Oh, daily. Okay. Well, like I say, I like the level we've hit. No, I'll just watch. I mean, I don't use XO either, mate. But you know that I'm not a volume trader. There's still more lows we can target. Of course there is. There's plenty more lows, but I do like the lows we've taken. We've hit the weekly pivot, so my target is hit. That was my overall short target. I haven't closed it. I'm going to let it run. Obviously, let me point out. Let me put the magic key on. Let's see if it works this week. Because it didn't work last week. Or 2 weeks ago when we had the last Judas. It ended up turning into a bloody magnet. Dragging price there. Yeah, again, I'm able to trade Bitcoin without volume though, mate, so everyone's got their own ways. I'm not saying I was profitable, like before when I was using volume, yeah, I like it. But now, I just prefer, I've ever seen MM short and hard, retail long and hard. Okay. Dickhead. Previous week EQ tagged. So we got at least we dropped before the kill zone closed, which is nice. How far could we come? Where could we realistically come to? Well, with how hard retail are longing, we could probably go down to about 17k. 22650. That would be my weekly S1, sir. Ah, thank you. Yeah, NIB. Do you know what? Right, I need somebody to wake up to remind me every day about NIBs. Yep. NIB. NIB. That's nice actually, because that would just. On what exchange? 22630 is also a Wickless on FTX. Yeah, there's quite a bit of confluence down there. Obviously, it would fill all the imbalances left from this move. Trying to think, do I like it? Would obviously be running out this low as well. So anybody that's longed any of this, although they're probably wrecked anyway because they've probably dragged their stop loss up thinking they're clever. Yeah, that is a nice level. That would. We'll just get rid of that. And then obviously the fact we've got previous week low so close, it gives a nice invalidation. Obviously you wouldn't just preset this, but you have got a simple invalidation, and then you know no matter what, target new highs. Thoughts about ETH? We did have SMT, but not now, mate. That's tagged. Hasn't even reached. No, Perry. I'm not challenging you, mate. I'm just saying that I wouldn't personally preset this, you dickhead. I know it's a. Like, if it hits and we do get a bounce off it, because you. Like, naked initial balance is like the frequency. I know, mate. The frequency with which to give bounces, you can almost just preset on them. But yeah, I think even if you didn't take it up to there, even that's 3 hour back up to previous week high, right back up into the break. Ooh. Yeah, it does count. As you've seen, to the downside, the bullish one we had, you can see how it catapulted Ethereum to a new high, whereas Bitcoin put in the new low and couldn't quite reach the new high. So yeah, no, I agree, mate. Like the probabilities that this holds, if we get there, are really, really high. But I can't bring myself to preset. It's a risky move. We were at previous week we're at deep discount. And let me just. I do like it. Yeah, I know, 1.3%, but I don't give a fuck about stop loss, mate. What I care about is the RR. So if I've got a 1% stop loss, as long as I'm targeting more than 3%, then yeah, I'm happy with that. I wouldn't even use that as the invalidation anyway. I would likely use fucking S2, because if we break S2, we're probably going to get... You do you, mate. If you want to rely on M3 market structure break, then you get in. Like I say, I'll wait for an M15 market structure break, and then I'll get in. As long as the RR's 3, I'm happy. Mr. Cookie, 10% stop loss every trade. Obviously for Forex, I wouldn't have any... My stop losses on Forex are so small. Because I'm trading off 1 minute market structure, so it's completely different, but... I think if this level holds, probabilities are it will send us higher. If it doesn't hold, then obviously we've got... It's not looking great, and then I'd expect lower. Like I said, previous week low is all I care about this week. As long as we're above that, I'll only be longing. Lose that, and that all changes. Nice, so we filled the CME. Okay, yeah. Well, then it doesn't hold, does it? If we scan wick and take previous week low, then it doesn't hold. Like I say, I wouldn't want to see... Oh, Saturday shorting, right. Yeah, this is a preset long signal. Preset for financial freedom. Live counter trade fucking Sato. Okay. Right. I wasn't so confident that this level would hold, but now that I've seen Sato, now that I know Sato's short, fuck it, let's preset. No, I'm joking, by the way, but it'd be nice if we could take out... Let's see what happens. Scam wick to 30... Mate, if we had a scam wick to 13k, right, my short would print. My final take profit is 14k. Well, what's the theory of doing? Okay. No, that's sorry. I'm not sure what had that happen, mate. 13k? Wasn't it lower than that? Like 10 or something? Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was a stupid number. That's why I can't trade on an exchange like that, mate. Like, in all seriousness, like, could you imagine you trading with size and you... Yeah, no, I just don't think that would be great. That's why I'll never use them. I'm happy on FTX. I'll promote FTX for Sam. Great guy, great exchange. Just what we need. Yeah, I don't believe much of what anyone says on there, mate. But if you did, fair play to him. I'm not saying where because I'm going to be putting this on YouTube, and I don't want to start beef. But yeah, like, I don't pay too much attention. But if you did, fair play, man. Like if you can make 6 figures, right, from a scam wick, then fuck that, then that's great. Like fair play to you. Anyone would be buzzing with that. I know Yoda's had orders at like 9k forever. Sorry, voice channel questions. Who's in voice channel? Oh. Yeah. Future's called in sick. What a bitch. Honestly, your brother's a pussy. But I like his idea though, yeah. We get, for anybody that hasn't seen what he posted, he was saying a potential, he was asking my opinion of running back up, rejecting and coming lower. Obviously the H1. It's always a possibility. What is going on? Am I lagging or something? I must be. This one. What? Damn, that died. He wants to fill the volume gap above. Yeah, I think it is possible. Of course it is. It's like, if we are going to go lower, I would like the imbalances filled anyway. I personally want higher, as long as we're above previous week low. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't like. I'd rather we took that. What's it like on the? And it's not really much of a. I don't like that it didn't take it. Would have been nicer. Yeah, it's like what they missed by. It is a little tiny amount. It's like $11 on FTX. Yeah. Like, in theory, if we're going lower, like, I'd like to see this reject us. Do we get it? Like I say, we are at previous week discount. So give me a reason to long, and I will look for long scopes back up toward the previous week high, which would in turn bring us back into the breaker level. We fill the imbalances. But right now there's no entry for me down here. I need a reason to long, and that, like, this isn't. I can't long just because I think it's a good level. I would ideally prefer lower. I would have preferred to have taken that out, got down to the NIB region, had an SMR down here into the NIB. That would have gave the most down into weekly S2, S1 even. that's already retested the pivot. Okay, that's an important level for Ethereum to reclaim. Obviously previous day low as well. Start breaking that. And it would be looking a little bit better. I'm not saying that we go all the way. May only even take us up towards there. And fill the imbalances. But there's no trades for me. Not yet. Because I'm still holding my short. I just don't see an actual reason to be looking for, to be taking longs. Not yet. Because we've had a few candles before where we've tried to rally and it just gives the whole move back and we drop lower anyway. So, like I said, give me a reason. Start reclaiming previous day low. Breaking 2, 3, 3, 30, somewhere around there, depending on what exchange you're on. Alright, I was just saying that, it's my stream. I don't need you jumping in the chat saying the levels whilst I'm struggling to say them. Stuttering and going 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. But no, thank you for the reminder of the level. But yeah, that's the level I want really. Until then, obviously reclaiming previous day low would be a good start. Dick. Yeah, if we can reclaim that and come back into this range, that's the start we want. Obviously then we need to start breaking some highs, get a breaker structure. We could get Chockway down here first, by putting in a higher low. But that's definitely the level as of right now. Yeah. I think that's the level anyway, mate. Obviously that can change if we start dropping, if we put in another one of these crappy ranges and then drop again down towards the NIB, the level for the boss would obviously change. But I think everybody knows what they're mapping and what they're looking for now. I'd still like these equal highs taken out, they're nasty. There's too many of them. I'd at least like that run out. But until that happens, at least we actually got a move whilst I was on stream today. Normally they wait. Some retail drop, build that little imbalance, all imbalance is gone. Yeah, like I say, these are the levels, obviously I don't want that one. On Ethereum, I'd like to see better time frame. Yeah, I'd like to see that broken. The S&P 500 make a daily chart. Wow, I'll show you. No sir, not on a real chart. You need to stop using your cheap ones for free and pay for live data. Nasdaq, okay. Wow, okay. Jeez. Stop being cheap, bro. It's $4. You pay the $4 for the live data. 1 minute. You need. Yeah, well, anyway, I pay $4 extra a month for these. Is the ES1 accurate? Bro, it's the most accurate. This is the chart to use. Yeah, it's like DLC. Pay $4 to get it. No, it's all good, Perry. These are the ones that ICT says to use. When you look at when you watch his YouTube mentorship, the 2022 one of the very first episodes, these are the ones he says to use, that he uses. So these are the ones I've been using, and they're sound. The only issue is, depending on what exchange you're with, what prop firm, the levels will be different. So like MFF, they trade at different prices. So if you're like if your prop firm uses 8cap, then yeah, probably use 8cap charts. But it's easy for me. See, the way I do it, I'll monitor on ES1 and whatever, and when I see the setup, yeah, this is the one that's most. This is what's used by most traders, but then obviously it depends what exchange you're with, because obviously Binance and Bybit are going to have different Bitcoin prices slightly, whereas this is the official price, but 8cap will be running at a slightly different price to this, same as MFF. I don't even know who my Forex funds use, but whatever broker they use, that does run at a slightly different price to this. But it's easy anyway, because I don't actually trade off of my TradingView chart. I get the data off of my TradingView chart, and the levels I trade off of my MT4 platform anyway. So wherever, say, if I'm looking for a sweep and boss, whatever the boss level is on MT4, that's where I look for the retest and entry. I don't go on what the TradingView tells me. I just use TradingView for like monitoring. Yeah, and then entry's different. When are some important news coming? September? Let me get. I'll have to get the news calendar up. BTC Daily. Yeah, there you go. There's an economic calendar. Thanks, Perry. I didn't want to get my other browser up in case it started loading porn sites whilst I'm streaming or something. I'm only trolling. There's a few different ones you can use. I'd recommend comparing them, because TradingView obviously give news, but when they say it's medium to high impact, a lot of the time it's wrong. I know FTMO have got their own calendar. There's a few different ones. Is it Forex Factory? I'm not 100% sure. I'll post them afterwards, the one I use. I can't be asked loading. Okay. No longs for me. Has anyone got any questions? I think it's found tonight the stop the start to nature there could be a slippery so where we have cascading thoughts. Could do, yeah. But what are the probabilities that people are going to have their stop losses all the way still down there and they won't have dragged it up with each of their new lows anyway? Catch you in a bit, Mr. Cookie. I'm going off now anyway. Yeah, meow. Right, it is possible. Like we literally just start taking them lows and just cascade down. But that's why, of course, we just chill, we watch, we wait. If the chart gives us a reason to enter longs, we long. We are at discount, bear in mind, so you don't want to be shorting all the way down here. This is the zone to be looking for longs if you want longs and you're bullish. I think if you're not short already and you want shorts, then you've got to wait for a retest up at the breaker. If we get it, probably up at like what, 23.6, 23.7. Until then, just chill, monitor. Like I say, the chart will tell you if it's time to long. Like if we impulse and start breaking structure to the upside, then obviously we've got scalp opportunities for longs. We are at discount. So yeah, weekly pivots cleared. We have a ring of power set up to the upside with invalidation of previous week lows. So as long as we're above previous week low, we can. I will be looking for more upside. Lose that NIB below, and I'll just sit in my short. Give me a breaker structure and a reason to long down here or at the NIB, and I will long. And then dependent on how things go, if we impulse and start getting back up towards the breaker and back up to this volume area, then of course, yeah, I'd maybe start looking for shorts on the lower term time frame and looking to compound. But yeah, has anyone got any questions? I'm going to do a live stream at some point for London, do some live trading of Forex. But I need enough people awake. I know Perry won't be able to get up. You good, Mio, yeah? No questions? Anybody? All good. Perry, you make me laugh, man. But yeah, I think it's quite clear. Like most people should be positioned short anyway. This was a gift, and this other retest was an equal. Well, that was just a gift of all gifts. Yeah, I was in bed at that time, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have liked to have reshorted because we clearly broke to the downside. We were clearly going to start targeting sell side. So yeah, and as you can see, we ran up. Balance is filled. Yeah, I like that, man. Up into the old low, hard rejection. And now I'm waiting for a similar sort of thing to set up down here for a long entry. Give us a nice SMR down here and I'll look for a long. We've got a beautiful SMR up here, above previous week high as well. Yeah, that's the level. Key level to hold, have to hold that. Otherwise I'm not looking for longs. That's me done anyway. I'm going to go and chill. Monitor this. I'll be posting charts on the Discord anyway, so if anyone's got any questions, tag me. And yeah, let's hopefully smash it for the rest of the week. I'll be around this afternoon, and then obviously tomorrow I'll be around for Forex again. 6:30 a.m. I'll give you my bias for London. We'll look for some setups during London. But until then, trade safe, and I'll catch you on the Discord.